turns red.
Okay.
Say hi.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Say hello.
Hello from Montana.
You're not in Montana right now, Leslie.
Thank you.
You're in Seattle. All right.
We're going to actually talk about podcasting. We're going to go over all of the elements that we think are important to be able to do what we say that we're going to do, to produce and publish a podcast, in essence, in a class period, to make it a reasonable, achievable assignment. And then we're going to demonstrate. We're going to do a live podcast here today using some of the tools that we'll talk about, and some of you are going to participate and interact with that. Okay? And before you're done, actually hopefully quite a bit before you're done, we'll actually publish that podcast, be able to podcast quickly and easily in a single hour. So Barbara, let's talk about some of the steps.
Well, let's talk about it. First of all, I think we should also talk about when you should use a podcast and why you should use a podcast.
Okay.
Because a podcast is a feed, and it allows a person to have material sent to them. So it works out really well if you have a...
I'm going to put you on the spot right now. Will you make a video showing them how to do that?
Oh yeah, because I do it in my 513 class.
Would that help?
They create a podcast.
Okay. Got this little music that swells up right here. That's a transition from one section to another to cue us. So we're not looking at a stopwatch. When the music starts to swell in, we know it's time to change subjects and move on to the next thing on our list. This is another one. Typically this section right here in our normal podcast we use as the as a third segment. It's got music underneath it. Here's our kind of fourth segment, which is usually calls, and that's where I'm going to drop you guys in. You ready, Barbara?
Yes, I am.
Okay. I push record, it gives me the prompt, and here we go.
Oh yeah, suckers. You know what time it is. It's time to hide out in your classroom with the light off, fix yourself a beverage, and prepare to receive the business. It's a Cool Teacher Podcast with Barbara and Chris. Two teachers so cool, they count coffee breaks as professional development. And now, from the Executive Teachers Lounge on the campus of Boise State University, is Barbara and Chris.
Welcome to this special episode of the Cool Teacher Podcast, streaming from the Washington State Convention and Trade Center in beautiful Seattle, Washington, and the Education Building on the campus of BSU. This week we bring you the tools, tips, and trends that make your podcast a cool and engaging place. This is Barbara, and I'm Chris.
On today's podcast, we'll discuss how to create and publish an educational podcast in under an hour.
Yeah, I agree. Well, you said that better than I could have. So, when everybody for taking the time. Here's the last question.
Be sure that you're using opposed to all lines and have all the lines available where you prefer to use that device. Thank you.
Okay, now what was the question, Chris? I missed that.
Well, it is, why are you so handsome, Chris?
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah.
No, it really was. And you know what? I have to thank my parents and my physical, my trainer.